Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. This is part one of the Kawasaki KX65 mechanical restoration. So I bought two of these. I think I mentioned them in the update video in April. Wow, that was like almost 6 months ago. One was fully functional, one was beat up, and the engine didn't work. And so I had sold the one that was fully functional about 3 months ago. And then as I mentioned, I fixed this KX65 up. I think I mentioned in another video, the one where I had band-aids all over myself because I had road rash. That has to do with this KX65 that I'm fixing up here. So this is part one, and then there'll be part two. It'll just be 2 parts on this one. And yeah, so it's a bunch of dirt bike work. Enjoy. Thank you. Okay, so I've got this KX65 here. I think it's a 2005. They were all the same for a very long time. It's got some stickers on it that make it look kind of snazzy. And what I did, this is the second one I bought, and I was going to make a crazy dirt bike out of it by taking the engine out and putting a different engine, big huge engine in. But I decided not to do that with this one. I have too many projects, and I just want to fix this and get rid of it. The problem with it, main problem is that the top end is blown, and yeah, that's the main problem. I also have a chain and sprocket set for it, and the left fork seal is blown. That has to be fixed. I also have some brake pads. I don't know what condition the bottom end is in. I don't know if the clutch is any good. I know that it came with a piston and ring. That's not the one that it came with. I bought a separate cylinder for it. That is not the one I bought. Okay, this is different. So I bought a top end kit for it. But before I did that, I bought a separate piston and ring. I'm curious what that is actually. So I bought a top end kit for it. This is a cylinder that's had an iron sleeve installed. So it's got a fresh bore, it's got a new piston. Hopefully the only thing that's wrong with it is the top end. I had previously bought a used piston. There it is. Previously bought this used piston and cylinder, and this was like 90 bucks or something. Ugh, the money I spend on this crap. Yeah, so this is the used cylinder. It actually looks really nice. So I don't know if it's any good. It came with a piston. This piston came with the bike. And let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I think right here. So if you see right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a nick right here. You can feel it. And there's the rings, which are here. And I think I bought these. I may have bought those rings. These are the old rings. Anyway, I suspect what happened is the kid probably the plating in the cylinder is no good and there's a burr in it. And he probably bought this new piston and slammed it into the bore and it nicked it, and then thought to himself, oh, the cylinder's no good. So then I bought a cylinder, used cylinder and piston, and I was just going to install this, and then I said to myself, you know what, if I put that in and it doesn't run right, why not just put a new top end on it? I'll get more money for it if I put a new top end on it. So anyway, long story short, got to change out the top end. So I'll take this thing apart now. You know what, since I can spin it over, and I have not checked it for spark. Actually, I think I did check it for spark when I bought it. Let's see, make sure. Yep, it's a good spark. Okay. All right, good. Oh yeah. It's a beat up piston, huh? Oh, okay. So this is what happens when people lie to you. Look at that. That little scumbag. I even gave him an extra $50 for it. So, as you can see, absolutely destroyed bottom end. So, that means that the engine has to come out. I have to split the cases. Add that to the list of 500 other projects I have to get done. Alright. That little friggin' scumbag. Nothing I can do about it. So I'll take the engine out. Right, just to take a closer look. See how the rod is going up and down like that? No good. The side to side is not that bad, but the up and down is a disaster. So that is no good. So I'll have to buy a rebuild kit. Here's the piston. It's worn out in the cylinder bore. You won't be able to see it, but there is a line kind of like right around here. I dug into it, so one of the piston rings released and ruined that cylinder. But I do have a top end kit, as I already said. I was not going to break this down, but I'll have to break this down. I'm not going to do that right now, but that will be a future project. And I'll put the I'll get the lower end kit on order. While I'm at it, I'll buy a clutch because the clutch was all the way adjusted out, so it probably needs a clutch. And since I'm going to do all this other work on it, I think I will probably change the tires on it. Maybe. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to put it back together and put it out in my shed and move on to something else. Okay, well, back on this 2005 KX65. So the bottom end kit is here. I ordered this thing Sunday around 10 a.m. and it's noon on Tuesday, so pretty fast. Hot rods, complete bottom end kit. So what do we got? Got a complete gasket kit, nice. Got what's that? Those look like seals. Engine oil seal kit. And crank bearings. Good. Whoops. Alright. And this will be the crank. Don't know if that's new. The rod needle bearing. And that's it. Okay. So we got two nice little boxes there. So we got a crank, seal kit, and gasket kit. Nice. All right. So I think before I begin, I will. I just stuck this back on here so I had it. Yeah, it's pretty dirty, and I think what I'll do is I'll wash it before I open it up. I'll wash it in the parts washer, and I don't think I'm going to show that because once I get the parts washer has diesel in it, and once I get that all over the place, I don't want to get it on the camera. Okay, so I washed it off a little bit. Really doesn't look all that much cleaner. I'm not going to vapor blast the cases or anything like that. Just wanted to get the bulk of the dirt off of it before I open it up. I took off the flywheel cover, the flywheel, the whatever this is called, the winding thingy, carburetor intake, and the old head and cylinder, and the sprocket and this tube thingy, and made a bit of a mess. So I will clean that up and put the engine on this stand. Okay, so I got to take off the water pump cover, get the impeller out of there, take off all the bolts on the clutch cover, pull that off of there. What's nice about that kit, it came with all the seals. It came with the Kickstarter seal, the gear shift seal, the output shaft seal, and there's also some seals for what I believe is the water pump. So it seems like a pretty complete kit. That is nice. Doesn't seem to be missing anything. All right, I'm going to clean up a little bit. Ooh, nice and clean, huh? That's nice. which is nice. Okay, so does this have the giant bolt under there? Yes, okay. So to get that giant bolt off of there, we need a 14. Alright, so I got a penny. It's going to go this way. So I put the penny right here. Okay, there's my clutch. And there's this collar and the thrust washer. I did order a clutch, and that is due in tomorrow. Okay, so now I gotta get this kickstart off of here. I'm gonna need an impact driver for that. So this is part of the shifter mechanism. Probably take the shift shaft out. There we go. I don't need to get that right this minute. I'll just get that later. Shift shaft looks good. The splines are in good condition. Just taking the spring off here. Okay. Now I need the impact again. Alright. These hold in this bearing for the input shaft. And then there's a retainer right here. And need the skinny one. Come on, come out. Oh no, come on. Ruined. Oh, come on, why would they do this? Why? God damn it. Yeah, can't even see the fucking thing. Well, now I just made life really difficult. That's fantastic. Okay, so a KX65, got to split the cases. I took all the bolts out. This is a case splitter. And as you can see, it's got these 3 studs which you lock into the left-hand side of the crankcase. And you got this big bolt here, and there's like a opening here, like kind of like a socket, and this pushes against the crank. So this is going to push against the crank while holding these tabs, and that should pull the case up. I've used it a bunch of times already, and it does seem to work pretty good. Alright, so it's popped up here. Pull it off a little bit. Alright, now it's opened up here. There we go. It's off. There we go. Good enough for now. Okay, so KX65 engine, it's been like, I don't know, a week since I touched it last. With the shift drum, I had that screw that stripped out on the back of it. I took this part off of the shift drum, and I think I can remove it. Yeah, I can remove it now. Don't want to lose any of those pieces. So that screw was holding in a retainer, but I can still remove everything, I think, even with that retainer in place. I did buy a new screw. It's a special order screw, and that was like 2 weeks ago that I ruined that thing. So that is here. So I think I have everything I need to put it back together. That all being said, I'll take out the shift forks. Keeping everything in place here. So I think, yeah, have to leave the two bottom pieces in place. This shaft can come out. So this is the input shaft. That bottom piece. So I have the transmission out. Okay, now I have to get the crank out of there, and that's going to require the press. So I'm going to set that up. Alright, so I'm pushing down on the crank here. Trying to push it through the bearing. There we go. That bearing came out with it. Bearings are attached to it. I don't care about the bearings. I don't care about this crank. It's absolute junk. Just going to throw it away and put the new one in. So now I have to set it up. I'll do a little cleaning, and then I'm going to put new seals in it, and then comes the part where I put the bearings in it. Alright, this is a crank seal. See if I can pop that out of there. Good, no drama. Next one. Smaller piece. Okay. So, yeah, I want to clean up a little bit of this muck. I'm not going to replace or take out the bearings. They all look like they're in good shape. I'm not going to do any extensive cleaning. I just want to put this thing back together, have it run, and get rid of it. Alright, change out these seals. Output shaft. Just the gear shifter. A little grease on the outside, grease on the inside, grease everywhere. Somebody open that door? Okay, so got the crank halves cleaned up, clutch surface cleaned up, the clutch cover surface. I did some work on the clutch cover, water pump seals, and it's time to put the first crank seal in here, and then we'll go the bearing. These fit pretty tight. Okay, so that's done. Put that one to the side. Okay, so this is the left-hand side. So this one can go in from either side. I'm going to put it in from this side. That's pretty good. Might have gone a little too far. good. All right, now, so now I gotta get the bearings. The bearings are sitting in the freezer. They've been there for like 2 weeks, and the crank is in the freezer. I'm sure my wife wants me to get them out of there. So we'll see if they just drop in or if I have to press them in. So we'll go get those. That's it. Okay. See the frost. That's it. Okay. So that's that. So now I've got to get the crank in there. But I think what I'll do is I'll let those warm up a little bit before I do that. KX65. So as you can see, this is like the worst sprocket. Every tooth is sharpened. Total garbage. So I'm gonna replace that rear sprocket. I have a sprocket and chain set for it. Alright, so I'm going to get this rear tire off. So this is the tire locker, so it doesn't spin. It locks the tire onto the rim to keep it from spinning. I believe it goes right here. Alright, well that took forever, but I got that locker thing in there. Alright, well I get the nipple in. Alright. Done. yeah, so now I'm changing out the front tire. It's a lot of the same, just me struggling with it. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. That was part one. Part two, I'll finish the engine assembly and try to ride it. We'll see how that goes. And then yeah, we'll do some more work on it, and that'll be it. So just 2 parts on this one, and part two. So thanks for tuning in, and oh yeah, and I'll put out part two next week, so it won't be like 3 weeks in between. Been a little inconsistent on the videos, and I'll try to get back into a regular pattern of once every 2 weeks. But yeah, do the best I can. This is a part-time thing. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.